Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie Bree, and right now I'm going to be doing something that is going to confuddle some people. I have already done a video that says all the reasons why I hate anime and manga. And I tweet about this all the time. I vehemently hate anime. Fair enough, right? Well, see, back in the 90s, I was a teenager and I had signed up for the Columbia House CD Club. So I would get CDs in the mail. You know, you'd pay a penny and they'd send you a CD and then you would pay for it later down the road. I never did. Sue me. They never did. And there was another video club that Columbia House had, an anime club. So I signed up for this because this was at the time when Toonami was just coming on the scene. We'd already had things like Voltron. We had Power Rangers, which is anime adjacent. We had Ronin Warriors, Sailor Moon, things like that had already come on the scene and introduced us Americans to anime. And so I wanted to try it out. So this is a list of the anime I do like. It's a very short list. Most of these are from that time period. I'll try to give my reasons why I like this specific anime versus others and why I lost interest in the format altogether. So first up is a movie called Project A-ko. Now this is one I actually saw on the Sci-Fi Channel back when they had a program called Saturday Anime. And I watched a bunch of anime at that time on that program every Saturday. Long story short, this is a movie about aliens who are girls that look like guys that wear girls' clothing and have guy voices, and they're basically transgender aliens. I mean, not exactly, but close enough. This helped crack my egg when I was a kid. Next up is Sailor Moon. I watched a lot of Sailor Moon on Cartoon Network. It came on, I think, right after Dragon Ball Z. So I would watch the end of Dragon Ball Z and then I would watch Sailor Moon. I think is the order it came on. I was fascinated by Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon kind of reminded me of Power Rangers a little bit. It had that kind of vibe. I didn't like Dragon Ball Z. I'm not going to talk about it. I just, nothing Dragon Ball at all. Nothing. None of it. 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 Next up is Ronin Warriors. This is one that came on Fox Saturday mornings, or maybe it was weekday mornings. I don't remember. Fox Kids. Again, this was a anime version of Power Rangers. Pretty cut and dry. Next up is The Slayers. The Slayers is one I got from the Columbia House Club, the video club. What I liked about The Slayers is it's a witch who is a treasure hunter, who has a knight who's her helper. She loses her powers, her magic, and she has to go on a quest to get her magic back so she can defeat the big bad. And I thought it was pretty interesting. Next is Vampire Hunter D. It's a horror movie. It's vampires. It's blood and guts. It's scary. Next up is Wrath of the Ninja. This one, it's just violent. It's bloody. It doesn't make any sense, but it's violent and bloody. Next up is Little Nemo. This is another one that came out in the I'd say mid to late 80s, or maybe even early 90s, somewhere in that ballpark. There was an NES game. So it was one that I was familiar with. I played the NES game, so it was like, okay, I'm fascinated by it. I like Dreams, I like Nightmare on Elm Street, blah, blah, blah. So it was fascinating. I'm just going to say Transformers, all of them, all of the anime Transformers. So Armada, Headmasters, Masterverse, Master Force, Victory, Car Robots, all of them. I liked all the Transformers anime. And the last one I put a question mark on, Digimon. I started watching Digimon when it was new, but I was 17 years old when it was new. So I only watched like bits and pieces of it. I'd like I'd, turn the TV on, it was on, I'd sit and watch it, and then like forget about it, and then like a couple weeks or a month or more later, turn the TV on, there it was, I'd watch it again. So I had no interest in Pokemon, but I was interested in the concept of Digimon, but I never watched it enough to be able to say yes I like it or no I don't. And that's it. That's, as far as I'm concerned, that's all the anime in the world that exists. That is not all the anime in the world that I've seen. I have tried to get into anime outside of this. I have told myself I'm supposed to like anime because I'm a geek, I'm a nerd, I like comic books, I like video games, I like horror, I like these things. Anime should appeal to me, but it doesn't. I've seen dozens, multiple dozens of anime movies, all the big ones. None of them did anything for me. Akira did nothing for me. Ghost in the Shell did nothing for me. Bubblegum Crisis did nothing for me. Patlabor the Mobile Police did nothing for me. I'm not gonna name any. That's it. I've seen more. All the Studio Ghibli, nothing. None of them. These ones that I just talked about are the only ones out of all the ones I've seen that I liked. And I've seen enough of them to know that I don't like anime enough to know I'm not gonna watch any more.